So she's like, I don't really know what my purpose is. And so she said that she got some really interesting perspective, that she's still stuck on what she thought her life would look like in her early 20s.
Yeah.
And it didn't pan out that way. And so because she's still stuck on that, she's unable to move forward. Because I think maybe, like, we hold on to this ideal.
Yeah.
And then we hold out for a really long time. And if it doesn't look that way, we just keep going, well, that dream didn't work out. So why put another one out there?
Right.
Why? And then you get in this, like, area of, you know, you're kind of stalled. You're stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you encountered people that come to you when you were a counselor that just feel stuck?
Yeah.
Or they don't know their purpose?
I'm smiling because it's pretty cool.
Of course you are. Because you're like, oh, I love a good crisis.
I love a good crisis.
It is a crisis, though. It's a personal crisis.
Personal crisis.
Especially the closer you get to middle age. You start to go, I should know what I want to be when I grow up now.
Yeah.
Should
exactly.
yourself.
Should. Yeah. And that, I like how you say that, because it should. Yeah, we're being led astray. You know, our life has been set up in these demarcations that if we think we don't hit a certain thing by that time, that is crazy. You know, we need to remove those things, because our whole life is our story. This is part of her story.
Yes.
You see, you know that,
yeah,
right?
I believe that.
See, she hasn't failed anything.
Right.
This is the ongoing essence. She was supposed to feel like, I'm supposed to hit this at 20 years of age, and because I haven't, now I feel like I've fallen short, and why ever dream again? This is part of the story. This is the further chapters that are reflecting back on that time. Our lives are a beautiful story. Shakespeare can't write a story like our lives, right? I mean, there's tears in there, there's a lot of laughter, and there has to be things that we feel like we've fallen short of, because that is actually our story. And if that young lady can be encouraged that her story is right on, it's being played out exactly. She's supposed to feel that she fell short, because she's going to work through that and understand that life isn't about that. All of these things are part. You see, if we could remove anything from the story, we would. Right? That's why time doesn't go backwards.
Yes.
God created time so it only moves forward.
Yeah.
Only He works from one end of it to the other. He doesn't work in time. So we flow in a river called time, because He knows, the universe knows, that if we could go back and change it, we would. We would.
I can think of so many things I would.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I would do a massive disservice to myself.
Exactly.
And everyone around me by doing that.
Yes.
Right?
You would.
So what do you say then when someone, is there, like, when you linger in that place too long?
Yeah.
Is there too long? Like, this is so philosophical, I know. But it's so interesting, and I think a lot of people are here.
Yes.
A lot of people are in this space, especially the people I'm working with right now.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
Yeah, they feel they failed. I told you my own story before about I didn't even want to live because I felt I failed. People say, well, that's stupid. You shouldn't want to not live, because I felt so obligated that I had a purpose and I was failing that purpose, that I had no reason to live. People who don't desire to live, it's always because they feel they've lost purpose. Put purpose back in a person's life, they want to live. You don't have purpose, the day's too long. You have purpose, the day's too short. You know, it totally is everything. But for her to understand that this is part of her story, that she needs to have gone through that. I was talking about time. We go back, but listen, Jen, if we could go back and change it, we'd destroy the whole thing. Because all of those things are in the equation. Our whole life, it's already been equated. And those are part of the equation. If we pull any part of it, the whole thing falls. She has to go through that. That's part of her story. That's making her become who she is right now. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
If she goes back and removes that, I am who I am right now, and so are you, because of every event that's taken place. And this wonderful phrase, things don't happen, what is it? To us.
To you.
They happen
for you.
For you.
Yeah.
So once we get that, and here's another thing, the moment you recognize that life is difficult, life is no longer difficult.
I'm still working on that one.
You see, because it's our resistance.
Yes.
It's the resistance that's taken us out. Once you recognize, no, this is not the end. This is part of my life. And you begin to accept that, but with a desire to know you can change. then all the pieces start coming together. I have been born with a vessel, and so have you, to ride. I heard this from someone only on point, but then my imagination goes crazy, right?
That's my favorite part.
That's my favorite part. I have a vessel, so have you. You've been given a vessel to traverse this life with, and so have I. Yours may look totally different. You may look at someone living in a castle, part of the royal family, and say, I get ripped off. No, you didn't. That was their vessel to ride through life. This is what was ordained for them. Yours is yours and mine is mine.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to stop looking at what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Once you realize, no, this is my lot, and not as something inferior, you realize, no, this was given to me, and I'm gonna knock this thing out of the park. You know that guy, I can't remember his name, I think it's Josh. He doesn't have any arms or any legs. Have you ever seen that gentleman? He travels the world,
Yes.
goes to prisons. That's his...
Amazing.
Right? That guy blows you away.
Yes.
He could look at everyone else, which he talks about he did as a kid, and say, this was awful. Why was this dealt to me? But this guy is inspiring so many people. This is the vessel that was given him to ride. And it's almost like God will say, is this okay? I'm going to give this to you. You know what I mean? Will you take this? I want you to live.
Yeah.
And I want you to be an expression of me. I want to speak through you.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to live my life through you. And I'm going to make you to become what I want to say to the world. Once we realize that, we say, wow,
So
I've
we're all
gone
a
through
message.
all of these things. We're all a message.
I love that.
So we don't want to destroy the message. Well, if I could be like that person, no, that's not your message. Right? You have a message, I have a message. We've got to stop comparing ourselves with others. They're already taken. Stop trying to be like somebody else. Everybody's taken.
You're getting
Well, who's
feisty.
left? Yeah, sorry.
So
about that.
true. I
Right?
love it. No,
Only
get
you are
feistier.
left.
No, it's so true.
Right?
And
Yeah.
I want to say you're exactly to her. You are
Yeah.
exactly who you're supposed to be
Yes.
right in this minute
Right at this minute.
and right in the next minute,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's how I feel encouragement from it. Like I just feel like can't be anybody else.
Yeah.
If you just had that overwhelming sense of purpose, what would that change for you? This is it. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
all the contemplation you're going through right now even goes away.
Yeah.
And all the other people's lives you're going to be able to impact by that experience you've had, that opportunity is taken away.
Yes.
I don't know, that's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we are not only living our lives, we are living to affect other lives. Let your light so shine
Yeah.
among men and women
Yeah.
that they might see your good works.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is what it's about. So you try to be somebody else's light, your light goes out. Get out from behind that blockade. What's the blockade? You are. Right?
So true.
I'm blocking myself.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah. Once you
Yeah.
discover who you really are, you'll never want to be anyone else. You kind of think, why did this happen to me? Why did God give me me? I mean, it sounds arrogant, but that's how I feel about myself.
Yeah.
What?
Doesn't
How
sound
can you so
arrogant.
good to give me me?
Yeah. You're like, you're awesome.
Exactly. And people will look at me and say, well, you know, he doesn't have a lot, or whatever, right? They're going to see my limitations, but it's because my sweet spot is me. Why? Because
And you're
that's how I
walking
was
in
born.
that. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't walk in that. They try and be somebody else.
Yeah. And
They
I
compare.
haven't always tried to be myself.
Yeah,
And you
no.
probably haven't either.
No, I
Tried to be like somebody else.
every day we have to work on it, I
Yeah.
think.
What does that mean? I've got to walk toward the unsafe, the unknown, and the unfamiliar. And I'm nervous. My adrenaline is pumping. My palms are sweating. I feel like my breathing is kind of shallow, but I'm gonna walk it because right. And I'm just saying that for me, we have one life to live, Jen.
Yeah.
You know, at least how we believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So let's
yeah.
knock this sucker out of the park
Yeah.
with sweaty palms. Yeah, that's why those guys put resin on it.
Yeah, totally. Get sweaty.
Yeah,
I
or at
love
least
that.
that's our desire to, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm knocking it out of the park, but
No, I think you're-
you know, you don't want to live for the goal. You want to
Yeah.
live for the process.
Right.
Right? Because if you only live for the goal, what are you doing now between that now and the goal? You got this big gap
A lot
there.
of people
But
are
if you
in
live for the
misery.
process,
When they're in that place, when you're
Yeah.
constantly waiting that I'll be happy when I get there,
yeah. What life is that?
that's not.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a mistake. But if people
Yeah.
live every day for the purpose, you and I are here right now. We're supposed to be here right
On
now
purpose.
on purpose, and that is really cool.